Alright, it's 10:30 and we have 5 members here, and the quorum is 3, and therefore we have more than enough members here. So thank you for coming to the meeting. I'm chairing the election of the chairman of the subcommittee. So can we have nominations? And to be effective, you have to have one nominator, and it also has to be seconded by at least one member, and the member being nominated would also have to accept the nomination. So can I have nominations, please? Mr. Wong Teng Kwong, Chen Hang Pen. Any seconder? Ms. Alice Mack is seconding. Mr. Chen, do you accept the nomination? Yes, I do. Any other nomination? None? Alright, so I declare that Mr. Chen Hang Pen has been elected. Congratulations. Alright. Please come over to chair the meeting. Thank you for your support, members. Do we have to elect a deputy chairman? No need. So there is no need for us to have a deputy chairman. We have a tentative meeting schedule for members' information. The Secretariat has included a proposed schedule of meetings in Appendix 3. So mostly we're going to have meetings on Mondays and Tuesdays. So depending on the situation, we can adjust it as we go by. Date of next meeting, 25th of November, Tuesday, 8:30. 8:30. Is that okay? Because the Secretariat has checked the schedule, and they have come up with this proposed slot. So do we have time slots that come later? Because it's a bit too early. I am afraid, I'm concerned that we might have to abort the meeting if we don't have a quorum. How about same day, 25th of November, do we have a later time slot? Do we all think that 8:30 might be a bit too early? I think so long as we can have 3 to form a quorum, it should be okay. Well, we can't find it, so I'll sort it out with the Secretariat. If we are able to find a later time slot, so be it, or else then 8:30 should be okay, because we have never set up a subcommittee on Chinese medicine, so please do work hard to help the trade to develop. Items for discussion at the next meeting. We do have some suggestions. We have a paper with some initial suggestions. Are there any subjects that members would like to raise? Dr. Joseph Lee? Yes, there are a number of things that I'd like to take up at the future meetings. That's about the current TCM practitioners, and also the employment situation for graduates of TCM. There are 3 universities providing or offering training courses for TCM practitioners. So what is the situation like, and what kind of support has been provided by the administration? That's number 1. And number 2 is Chinese Medicine Hospital. So apparently the administration would like to have an NGO running it, but then the HA has said that it would not like to run it. So if we're going to set up a Chinese medicine hospital, what's the government's stance? Who is going to run it? Should it be Western medicine led or Chinese medicine led? And also, given the fact that we have Western hospitals, and we also have TCM clinics in 18 districts, and there are also 2 wards where TCM practitioners can also see the patients. So that's a way to develop Chinese medicine. So in terms of manpower training, including doctors, nurses for TCM. So how would those be done? So these are the three things that we'd like to discuss. All right, thank you. Elizabeth Squat, first Christopher Chung, and then Elizabeth Squat. Thank you, Chairman. With regard to Chinese medicine or manufacturing and also registration, I think in due course we also need to discuss that, because under the current regulatory system, when it comes to Chinese medicine, often the time we receive complaints that they are adopting Western approaches or practices in regulating Chinese medicine. Is it appropriate? So it's time for us to review the situation. And second, with regard to clinical tests and also registration of such medicine, the basic practices that we are lagging behind others, because earlier on I went to Macau and they have a Chamber of Commerce and their Chinese medicine school. They are already much more advanced than we do. So should we be making reference to the developments on the mainland and overseas jurisdictions before we come up with our own standards? Okay. Elizabeth Quat, I'd like to understand a bit more about how we align ourselves with our state standards with regard to practices and also medicine, and also what about the electronic system on the mainland for Chinese medicine? Can we know a bit more about that? Yes, Mr. Wong Ting Kwong, I'm reading this book and it says that Chinese medicine is a major school of knowledge. So I think we should look into the possibility of integrating Chinese and Western medicine, because on the mainland and in many overseas countries they have different schools, and they are all trying to serve and promote the health of their citizens. And so we should look into how Chinese medicine should be developed, and it should also be integrated with Western medicine. I believe that that would do a lot of good to promoting public health. So I'd like to look into this. That is the integration of Chinese and Western medicine. Any further suggestions? I would also like to look into several areas. First, in Chinese medicine, we also have this training for Chinese medicine pharmacists, but then there is no professional registration and practicing framework for Chinese medicine pharmacists, and also for good manufacturing practice. The progress has been pretty slow. In the past, for many years, the administration would also like to come up with a Chinese medicine GMP system. We hope that there can be policies for us to discuss. In particular, within the administration, what does it have in mind as to how this can be done? So I'd like to discuss that too. As the administration has also got several committees dealing with Chinese medicine, so I'll be taking this up with the administration, including the topics proposed by members. We'll see when we can take them up. Alright, this is a subcommittee on the development of Chinese medicine. Yes, Mr. Yu. Chairman. Well, many of us are very familiar with the subject, but then they have different committees and their profession. There are different committees out there, and their views should be of great reference value to us. And we can also approach some of the more professional bodies that command greater authority. We can also talk to them and seek their advice on how we should regulate the profession, or else as we are not the professionals, I think we should listen to the professionals' advice. Alright, we'll set up a meeting with them too. Yes, Chairman, I agree that as far as possible we should arrange for a meeting or public hearing with the stakeholders, so we can invite the relevant bodies and individuals to come and talk to us, and they can also brief us on what they've been doing. Yes, there are two areas. One is TCM practitioners and also traditional Chinese medicine, so we'll arrange for hearings on both areas. Okay, if there are no further questions, then the next meeting will be on the 25th of November, 8:30. I'll check with the secretary to see if we can defer it until a little later that day. Thank you.